Hi all and welcome to Trinity Stamps. I'm going to be using this Hippo Bird Day stamp set. I'm going to use one of the Rhinos there and I'm going to Copic colour today. I am using a alcohol ink, ink friendly ink, so I've got the Ultra New Permanent Black here. I find it works really well with my Copics. And I'm going to be using the party hat to the stamp set, and the colour scheme I'm going to be going with this time is going to be more like a bluey teal, which is surprising. And I'm going to be using Copic colours in the warm tone, so I've got the W's, I've got the 0 and the 2, and I am going to be colouring this in very not perfectly. I'm just kind of being just really quickly washing it almost, and almost creating like a wash kind of look. I found that W0 was a little bit dry, so I just kind of went with what my markers were doing and went with the flow. I've got a little bit of R20, and I have got some of the darker W's, and I'm going to add some texture by just putting some dots, some light, some heavy-handed, just to kind of look like it's a bit freckly, and I just so it looks like it's textured in a way. And off screen I end up doing, which is my favorite technique, using a white gel pen and adding some extra dots, which I don't know what I did with that footage. So with the BG15 I'm going to be using the Copic for the hat, and then I'm just going to be basically using the C3. On top of that C3 I do end up putting a little bit of Spectrum Nor Clear on top of that as well. But as I said, there it is there, but I thought I'd lost my image, some of my footage. Some of it was like in error. I'm not too sure what I did, but you know, I got there in the end really. So that's the hat that the Rhino's going to wear. I've got this little Linker box Happy Birthday die here. What I'm going to do for today's card, I mean, this is not the focal image, this is not going to be what I'm focusing too much, so I am going to zoom past this. I'm going to create a shaker card using the Trinity Stamps sequins, and I've got this Wow Embossing Powder, embossing glitter in totally teal, and I'm just covering it. You've seen before in my techniques where I pressing pad directly on the die, and then smother the embossing glitters or embossing paddles all over. So I've got the Wow embossing tool here, and I'm going to just heat set this glitter, just for dramatic effect. I take it off the screen and then slowly bring it back in the screen. Don't know what I was doing that day. Anyway, so for my shaker card I use 2 layers of acetate and I'll show you what I mean here. So first, adding liquid adhesive, adding a layer of acetate to the front, which is that embossed glitter one. Then I wanted a little bit of thickness, so I've die cut that twice to add a little bit of depth to that die. And then I'm going to turn it over, and this is where I'm going to place some of that sequins. Now some of that snowflake sequins has lots of bigger sequins and elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull just the smaller sequins and the beads, and in this snow sequins mix, it's actually got some like iridescent shades, clear. It's hard to explain, but like it's almost, oh, you'll see it. I'll have to do a close-up, but it's almost got like almost shavings, but not so much. It's just, yeah, it's just beautiful. What I do is I have put my acetate over the top, and I hold my clear block down while I work away. So I've got this Catherine Pooler black tie card pattern paper. I'm going to adhere it on a black top folding card base. lots of adhesive. My liquid adhesive choice for this card creation was the tonic. I pretty much rotate and go with how I feel with my adhesives. Don't know about you, but whatever's sitting on my desk, that's what I use, and that was sitting on my desk. Check out that pattern paper, isn't it fabulous? Now I did off screen adhere that die on a white card base. I thought I filmed it, but I didn't. I don't know what's going on with today's video, but you know, I got there. So adhering it down on that top folding card base there over the pattern paper, lots of glue, and then mounting that towards the top. And so the Rhino is going to sit on that bottom left. So I'm going to use my stamping block here to hold it down. I'm going to put the Rhino foam, because of the depth, on the bottom of the Rhino, liquid adhesive behind the Rhino where it's going to sit directly on that shaker part. Now I do have to again put that foam mount for that glass. I'm just struggling today, aren't I? The actual stamping block on top, and that is my card creation. It's very simple, it's very fun. Could easily do this in mass productions. This was really good and fun. So there's today's card creation. Thanks for watching. See you later.